So I've been wanting to do another Q&A for a while, but I feel like I've got bored of just doing them by myself. I've got someone with me though. Just, why not? I finally got him on the channel again. I'm proud. So how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John. Now today we are doing a Q&A, like I've seen if you see my Instagram down below. But we've got a special guest today. We've got the GTFC Mona on YouTube. Link to his channel will be in the description. So we're just going to be answering your questions from my recent post.
Let's go.
Let's do it. So the first question coming in from Tom_Stacks04. What formation do you think we'll play next season?
Well, look at it this way. Michael Jolly, in this last season, he has a knack for playing one striker up front, two wingers, and somewhat 3 or 4 in the middle, and always changing the defence. Yeah. And what you could be thinking, the traditional 4-4-2, it has its moments where it does work, it doesn't work, but I just want to make sure I can have at least 2 strikers up front. We've got Hansen, we've got Green, Vernon and Rose. Mix up Hansen with Vernon, Rose with Green, Rees if you like, Rees. No, but we've got more than enough strikers that we need now.
Yeah.
So we've got enough to play 2 up front. As long as we can keep Jake and Harry Clifton in the middle, get some players who can play at the wings. So if we can play like right wing backs, so we've got Sebastian Ring being one of them, and because we had Martin Wolford in one of the last games. But I think if we can have Moses as well, have either Moses or Vernon playing on the other wing, we can play 3 in the middle as well, and for the start of the season at least can play defensive.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want is a repeat of Forest Green Rovers last season, and that is just one of these games I really want to forget.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, trying to do my maths here, 3-3-5, 4 at the back, 4 at the back, 3 in the middle, and 2 up front.
I think the signings just play a bit of a factor in it.
Yeah.
Of how he wants to play. Looking at the forward players he's brought in with the likes of Moses and Hansen, Green as well, of course, maybe suggests he maybe wants to play a different way. And of course, we know he's open-minded. He's someone that is not afraid to change it up. It'll certainly be interesting, but if he goes to side with 3 at the back, 5 at the back, or if we go over a 4-3-3, I'm not a big fan of that formation, to be honest. But but we'll do it if he wants.
We just need defenders right now. That's
exactly.
Main priority, because Omar he's gone back to his own hometown, and we are just gutted that we couldn't bring him to Blundell Park.
Yeah, so close as well. Anyway, so yeah, next question. So we've got a couple of questions in from Biggie_Dart on Instagram. One of his questions is, predict your starting 11 next season. I'm going to do my first. In goal, James McEwen. Right back, Hendry. Centre backs, we'll go for Ehrman and Davis, I think. Yeah, we'll go for them. Left back, Sebring. 3 midfielders, Jake Hessenthaler and Harry Clifton's in there. I might put Whitehouse in there. I'm sure he'll play a part this season. The forwards, we'll just go for Moses on the left, Green on the right, and Hansen as the striker. Let me know your starting 11.
Well, first of all, Maka in goal, definitely. Right back, Hendry, we can get him in there as well. Oman and Davis in the middle. And of course, Sebastian Ring on the left, so I can play 4 at the back. 3 in the middle. I'm going to change things up a little bit, because I'm going to have Harry Clifton, Jake Hessenthaler, and I'm hoping if I can bring Moses in the back. And of course, we've got one of our youth players as well. We've got Matty Pollock, he's centre back, but I think a lot of these players rely on pre-season, but I like Elliot's chances, because I was pretty much looking forward to him, watching him play last season until I meet him and I find out that he had an injury on his knee. But he's done rather well, and it's a little bit like the vibes you get for Wayne for the first game of the season start. I'm getting the same sort of vibes for Elliot Whitehouse. So I think between Moses and Elliot Whitehouse, I'll put them in the middle. Jake and Harry playing on the left and the right. Strikers, gonna play with the two up front. Based on pre-season, I'm going to get Matt Green and James Hansen in the starting 11 to start with. But again, because of pre-season, Akeem Rose, I'll still make sure he gets game time, but I just think that he needs to develop more, like Harry did. Like he's not at that level yet, but he will be. He'll be at that level. And Vernon as well, he's quality.
Yeah.
And I just think that for a strong start, and based on pre-season, we'll put Green and Hansen in the starting 11 for the first game. If that fails, I'll get Green and Vernon to start with.
Right, another question from Biggie_Dart. I know we've got a load of these, so yeah, thanks for the questions, by the way. He said, who will get promoted and relegated this season? I've got mine. For champions, I'm going to say Plymouth. I'm going to say Plymouth for champions. Got Ryan Lowe in. They brought in yesterday, I think they brought in Danny May. He ripped us to shreds when he lost 4-0 at Bury last year. Second, I'm going to go Bradford. I think Bradford are far too strong for the league. I reckon they'll be top 3, no problem this season. Third place, I'm going to go for Walsall. Maybe a bit of a strange one, but I think they've got a very good squad. Looking at the signings they've done, they look very strong. For the playoffs, again, maybe a bit of a thing one, but I'm going to say Mansfield. I think they're just going to improve. They brought in Andy Cook, who we was after, and earlier today, didn't they bring in they brought in a Berry striker, I've forgotten his name. For relegation, sorry Macclesfield, I just think you don't have enough this year. You did pull off a very good escape last year, but I just don't think you've got enough. And I would say Morecambe, but they're normally good at surviving a drop normally, so sod it, Morecambe. So there's my promotion and relegation.
Right, champions. I'm actually thinking Oldham Athletic.
Oldham?
Because they've been, especially with the fans, they play a big part in their games, but Oldham have had a pretty good season regardless of Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
But I just think that get the players you need. Oldham could be favourites for automatic promotion, let alone finish first. Second place, this is going back to family roots, Bradford City. Love the club. So much respect for them as well. I, for one, feel absolutely gutted that they got relegated last season. Not because of family, but because they were a team struggling all season, and they beat Scunthorpe.
Of course.
They beat Scunthorpe before getting relegated.
They were like 3-0 up in 15 minutes.
3-0 up in 15
At
minutes.
home.
What was going on?
At home as well.
At home as well. But Grimsby can make it 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Bradford City, I really hope they can make second place. Third place, you know what? I'm going to go with Newport County on this one. Because you'd think that they get to the playoffs last season, come up a little bit short, which was very unfortunate. But looking at the way they played, we knew how much they wanted it. And I can't see any reason why they can't push harder than last season and at least try and get automatic promotion, if not playoffs. But with relegations, however, again, I agree with you on this one. I don't think Macclesfield have a chance, to be honest.
Yeah.
Too much has gone on in the club, and you recruit Sol Campbell. Nothing against him whatsoever.
Ace player.
He's a legend in his own right.
Yeah.
But I just think that the way your season ended last season, and given your current situation in the transfer window right now, buckle up. That's all I can say. The other team, I could be out of my mind, but I'm thinking Colchester.
You're joking?
No. Well, if you think of it this way, you know when Leicester won the Premier League,
Yeah.
no one expected it.
True. Alright.
But putting things into perspective, you never know. That's all I can say. You never know. But to be honest, I only know one team for certain favourites for relegation being Macclesfield, but if I had to take a stab in the dark, Colchester. And if I've got to be honest, I've got no valid reason whatsoever, but Grimsby's going to survive another season. I'm not picking them at all. But do you know what will be perfect? Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe down to the relegation zone.
Just a dream.
Just a dream.
Just a dream. So next question coming in from James Stocks 23. Hope you're doing well, mate. Will Grimsby go up and will Lincoln go down? Grimsby, I've got that feel, we could be up there, but I expect nothing more than mid-table, really. I think mid-table is our position. Will Lincoln go down? I don't think they will, to be honest. I think they've got mid-table written all over it. I think they're good enough to survive League One.
For me, I'm thinking Grimsby will finish at least top half of the table. Outside playoffs, considering what players we get by the end of the transfer window and who we get in the winter transfer window as well. In terms of Lincoln going down, who knows? They could pull a Bristol Rovers. They could only spend one season in League One. Well, not League One, sorry. They could spend at least one season in a league and then get promoted the next. But at least Lincoln City, I reckon, will survive in League One. They'll survive in there.
So we've got an interesting question from Ryan Edwards. He said, if you was to sign any player from the Championship, who would it be and why? I'd personally go for Hull's Kamil Grzycki. He's a Polish international and I think he's dead creative. He's got a load of experience. He's in the 30s now, I think. He's just that ideal player for the wings. He can create stuff out of nothing as well. So Kamil Grzycki will probably be my pick.
Kamil Grzycki stood out for me as well. But I think if it comes to a younger level, the same level of football, I think Jarrett Bowen as well can play on the right wing and Camille can play on the left. But I think you've got that French bloke from Brentford, Morpie. If we have any striking issues, I would probably try and get him to come to Blundell Park. But for me, it's just been the wingers that we lack in this team. So between Kamil Grzycki and Jarrett Bowen for me.
Now the last question of the day is again from Biggie_Dar. Predict Grimsby Town's top scorers and top assisters. Top scorer, maybe a bit of a out of the blue one, but I'd say James Hansen. If he's given the correct service, I reckon he could score quite a few goals this season. He's someone that I think teams will struggle to cope with if they're not on the game. So I'd reckon Hansen top scorer, top assister. I fancy Vernham's chances. I just think he's very good creative. He can score goals as well, but I feel like I think there's just something about him. It just makes him look better to assist. But just my point of view.
Yeah, I'm thinking amongst the likes of two names for both of them. Top goal scorer, I reckon, given the play time and the correct partnership up front, Vernham. But I think he'll be between him and Matt Green. Nothing against Hansen or Akeem Rose, but for me, Vernham and Green between the two top goal scorers. However, for the top assister, I'm actually going back towards midfield. I reckon Jake Hessenthaler, he might be able to provide some good assists, key assists, but I just think that based on how he's been playing in the last couple of games, he could prove to be pivotal in, let's say, however many goals we score within the next season. But for me, between Jake Hessenthaler and Matt Green as well. Yeah. If Matt Green not being the top goal scorer, he may as well be the top assister, in my opinion.
So this is going to be the end of the Q&A, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Links to Jack's channel will be in the description below, so make sure to go check him out. Let's get him to 100 subscribers. He'll massively appreciate it. Let's try and get me to 500 subscribers, so any help towards that is hugely appreciated. If we didn't answer your question, it will probably be in Jack's video with Mel on his channel, so make sure you go check that out. And yeah, that's it from me. Hope you guys have a great day. My name is Jordan, and I'll see you.
Jack.
Yeah, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, peace.